morning.
Morning. I'm looking for gators.
This is our view from our hotel.
Not too bad. Where are we going?
Magic Kingdom.
We're going to Magic Kingdom.
It's Monday.
Monday, so this is where we wanted to start, but I think it's a good day to do it on a Monday because hopefully lines will be a little bit down. Please. After all experience last night, we're really hoping that we get on some fun rides. We got on pretty much everything yesterday. Yesterday was actually a really good day.
Yeah.
It was just the one ride at the very end that kind of made us mad. But we have a free fast pass to use on whatever we want. So if you had a free fast pass, where would you use it?
Where would you go?
Comment it down below. Other than that, we're gonna go do that right now. We gotta take a bus and then apparently a
the train or the
boat. But we're gonna go out and do that right now. Maybe pick up a yogurt cup on the way out. Something to munch on real quick. We got Casey's Corner for lunch.
Well, he does. I don't know what I'm gonna have for lunch.
I don't want hot dogs. So I'm gonna have one of those, and then dinner is gonna be bomb.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. Peace. All right. So a lot of things and just a few things have happened. Oh, I bent the knee. She said yes if you can't figure that out yet. We spent the last few hours walking around and telling family and everything like that. I really actually haven't even seen Magic Kingdom because I just keep getting too excited. And,
I know, we keep getting
distracted by everything. So we told all our family and friends now, and I'll try to give you guys a more detailed thing about like the process, the ring, and everything like that because it was a process. But
we have some pictures inside the here.
Yeah, we'll insert a lot of pictures, collage, romantic music maybe. So. But no, it's super exciting. But
really
we ran up and got Casey's Corner hot dogs, which we did not vlog for you guys. We usually vlog our food, but it was just too good. And again, we're too distracted by everything else going on. So posting a lot of stuff, getting everything done. So it's been a lot of fun. We have fast passes for Splash Mountain.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. We're here. We're gonna go knock that out right now.
Maybe we get back to the hotel. Yeah, we'll tell you guys more.
Yeah, I'll give you guys the whole story, the whole shakedown of everything. But it was a lot of fun.
Hey, yes.
Hey, yes.
Hey, yes.
Oh, and we got our badges too.
Yeah.
So we're celebrating out here. We got Beer Guys Restaurant tonight, which will just be that much more awesome. Celebrate. A little champagne or wine or both, probably both. And yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Anyway.
Woo! It's humid.
It is a humid day. Not too hot, but humid.
Oh, you're taking off.
Over there.
We're on the people mover.
We're on the people mover, obviously. We're just kind of cruising through here. We did Splash Mountain and Big Thunder Mountain, and we had one of our someone she went to school of youth groups, is a cast member down here now. She wants us to swing by and get an ornament, so we're gonna do an ornament thing here in a little bit. Yeah, she personalizes them, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
But until then, we're trying to just mosey through the day. We got BR guest reservations at 5:40. I think it's like 2:30 or 4 now. Or 2:30 or 3, excuse me.
You have a whole other day here.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we're going over there, then we might try to get on one of the rides. That's like maybe like a 30 to 50 minute wait. And then we have a free fast pass that we want to use on the other rides. So I guess we're trying to castle. But see ya. That's what the Tron coaster looks like right now, and that looks awesome. Well, who put that ring on your finger? Shiny. A known fact is that I helped design that ring with my buddy Sam at Sausalito Jewelers. He did a really good job of making what I had in mind come to life. So that was super awesome. There's my beauty. We saw Beast on the way in, which was super cool, and I guess we get to meet him on the way out. We're eating in the main ballroom where Beauty and the Beast had their first dance. We're just enjoying everything. We're gonna get a bottle of wine. We got an entree here and everything like that, so we can pick it all out soon. so appetizers have arrived. We got bread, little wine, of course, and then we both got the lobster bisque. And we're sipping on a little Enchanted Rose for dinner. It's good. Yeah, really, really good wine. Not bad. Dinner has been served.
I got like a...
She got a tortellini.
It's a corn.
It's corn something tortellini. It looked really, really good, and it is good. And I got the center cut filet mignon. Oh yeah. This wine is super delicious too. Dessert has been served.
I don't remember what this one was.
It looks delicious.
Raspberry something, macaroon.
The gray stuff going hard on it with the white chocolate chip cup and the chocolate truffle. This looks delicious.
It's all been so good so far.
Yeah, it's all been amazing. So. Over there, you just gotta go. Yeah. So this is the West Wing. We're making our way over to see the Enchanted Rose real quick, but we don't want to disturb everybody's dinner, so we're gonna try and be quick.
And they all lived happily ever after.
Did you have an okay day?
Yeah.
It was alright.
I've had better.
I had better days. Yeah, me too. That was an amazing day. Just so everybody's aware. We're trying to meander our way out of here now, but here's the Christmas tree. So we'll crawl out, but we're gonna try and wait in line for our bus for about 5 hours, it sounds like, and back to the resort to chill for the night. And then we got Hollywood Studios first thing in the morning.
Every day.
Early day. Probably won't go as late. There's only a few rides that we want to do there. Just sounds like it's pretty easy to navigate that land. You want to close out the vlog? Yeah. Welcome back to the channel from the future.
Future us. Like 6 months in the future, us.
Someone had school.
Well, it's just been crazy. Pandemic.
COVID, everything was slowing us down quite a bit.
Yep.
A wedding to plan.
Yeah, now we're getting married in like 2.5 months.
So we want to make sure that we show you guys more because we were kind of in shock after it happened.
Yeah, obviously we didn't film very much that day.
Yeah.
And obviously we couldn't film like the actual engagement happening because we were doing it.
Yeah.
And it was like right when we got into the park, so.
Yeah, so we kind of want to back up and talk a little bit about, you know, the planning that went into it. So I had already been planning it where I worked at the time. I was right around the corner from Sausalito Jewelers, and I met with my good friend Sam, and he was able to really walk me through how to get everything going. I had a great idea of what I wanted to do with the ring, and so I was able to actually take my vision, give it to him, and turn it into what I was able to give her, which ended up being her ideal ring, right? Mm-hmm.
I could put in a clip of it up close.
Clip of it up close. We got some good settings for it, but it was a really, really great process. Sam's awesome, and really made it to what we wanted it to be. So I had the ring made. I actually had the ring in my possession probably 6 or 5 months before I actually proposed, because I still needed to ask her dad if it was okay if I could marry her. Just so happened they had a trip planned around the 4th of July. They wanted to go see a Giants game. They wanted to hang out and have some fun, and so we were able to take some of my family and her mom and dad on their trip to the Giants game. I was able to ask him if he wanted to go down to the bar right below where we were sitting, see if I could buy him a drink. And so we both went down there and we were chit-chatting it up, and I think I kind of just asked him with where we were in our life. I wanted to make sure it was okay with him if I could marry his daughter. And I think I got Big Stacy Stamper to shed a little tear there.
Doesn't happen very often.
No, but he was excited and he was super happy. So we had our drink, we had a good time, and it was really great to have his blessing and his excitement for it that I had. And I still had to play the waiting game. So meanwhile, the ring is sitting literally right next to where she sleeps every single night, but it was hidden in an area where she doesn't look very often. And so we're getting ready for this trip, and there's so many moments leading up to it that I just wanted to just grab it and just do it. But I knew that I had a vision of what I wanted to do for that last little bit. And so we waited until we went to Disney World that morning.
November.
Yeah, in November. And I asked him in July. So that's how long I had to wait post that part. So I guess we're at the morning of, huh? So Disney, we'd spent, you know, a couple days at Universal. We had spent one day at Animal Kingdom, and then the first Monday there, we wanted to do Magic Kingdom, and that's where I wanted to propose. I wanted to propose in front of Castle. But I had a whole setting that I wanted to do, and we'll insert a picture of the setting that we did. But I had this really, really cool rose engagement ring box, and then the ring was in its own separate box. And so in order to get all this set up, I kind of had to throw it into my bag when she would be in the bathroom getting ready or something like that, so she wouldn't see what I was doing. And then even though it was like, how hot was it, like 90 degrees?
Yeah, it was really hot.
It was really hot that day. Even though it was 90 degrees, I still had to wear a denim jacket because that's how I was going to do it. If you hear that pitter patter, it's because Winnie Bear has decided to join us. Alright, she's gonna take her time doing that. I knew it was gonna drive her up a wall, but when I had gotten everything put together, I put it in my backpack. We were going through security, and the security guard, I think, kind of saw what was in there because he's got to go through my bag. I had thrown it into my backpack. I think he kind of saw what it was and kind of gave me a smile, and then kind of threw it all back in the bag and said I was good to go. As soon as we got into Magic Kingdom, I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I didn't have to go to the bathroom. I needed to get this engagement ring and everything like that set up and put together. And so ran into the stall, got the engagement ring and all that put together, and I put it in my pocket of my jacket. And so when we were going through the park, I was like, okay, we got to get our picture taken. We got to get, you know, a good photo pass. And I planned on the photo pass for a while because I wanted us to be able to get pictures around the park. But I knew that the photo pass photographer would be a good person to take the picture, but I had to let them know somehow. And so we were walking down Main Street, and she was looking gorgeous, of course. And I just wanted to find the best one that I thought. And so we got pretty close to the castle frame. I don't think there's another photo pass photographer beyond that point unless you get like super, super close to the castle, so I think I picked a good one. I had to flash them a little note that I had made because I didn't want her to see anything, obviously, and I know that you have to do you scan the photo pass afterwards, which is what I think she told me too, but really I was just trying to show her a note that I had written in my notes app saying that I was about to propose, and we can insert a picture of that one too. It was extremely exciting because we took a couple pictures for ourselves, and yes, if we want to do anything else, she goes, oh yeah, just give her a kiss. And so I gave her a kiss, and she took a couple pictures of that. The photo pass lady said, okay, anything else you want to do? And I kind of froze up a little bit. I was a little, you know, I was excited. My heart was rushing a little bit, and so I just kind of like turned to her and it's like, yeah, I think I do. And I pulled out the ring box and bent the knee. And
he was silent.
And I was silent.
He didn't say anything. I was looking at him like...
I was in shock. Everybody around us was like, oh my God. They were freaking out. It was really, really fun. I did ask. I mean, it felt like the pause was forever. So I was finally able to ask her if she would marry me. And she was kind of nodding and like hands over her face and shaking. And the people around her were like, you have to say your answer. And she said yes. And photo pass photographer took a bunch more pictures of us real quick in front of the castle, and then I think we kind of spent an hour wandering around the park waiting.
Well, I was like really shaky because I get really shy, and there was a bunch of people that were watching.
Yeah.
And then when we were walking around, there's a couple people that recognized us and was like, congratulations. But I was just like shaking because I was nervous.
We were trying to figure out the best way to tell our parents because my sister and her mom both knew, you know, what day it was going to happen, and so they were texting each other back and forth saying, has it happened yet, has it happened yet? And they hadn't heard any word yet because, like I said, we were walking around for probably an hour just kind of like in shock that it had happened. We were excited. She kept looking at her ring.
It was huge.
It was big. We did have to get it resized. I think the entire rest of that trip she has it, but whenever she was going on a roller coaster, she had her fist all balled up so that she wouldn't lose the ring or anything like that. So if you look at any of our photo passes, it was like a full
3 sizes too big.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it was a little big. So we got that size down, thankfully. We finally were able to, you know, tell the family, and everybody took their time to call us. And they didn't want to bother us too much because they knew that we were enjoying our time at Disney World. But it was an amazing experience that we were able to share with them a little bit through some pictures. And now they'll be able to see what some of the photo pass pictures that they haven't been able to see yet. But it was really, really cool moment of actually leading up to it and all the planning that went into it. And patience that I do not have. I am the worst at keeping presents or anything away from her because I just wanted her to have them as soon as I get them. But this one was something I was able to really keep to myself and then deliver.
But we didn't do like a lot of rides that day because
we did do a few. We got to do Splash Mountain directly after.
We had a whole other day in Magic Kingdom, so we weren't like really worried about getting places.
Mm-hmm.
We just were kind of walking around, hanging out that day.
Yeah, it was a lot
That's
of
why
fun.
we didn't have a ton of footage because we didn't do a ton of things.
Yeah, no, we were kind of just enjoying the day.
So hopefully that kind of helped the video make a little bit more sense because it was all over the place.
Yeah.
And there wasn't actually any footage of it happening, so
yeah.
It was kind of probably confusing. Yeah, now we're only 2.5 months away from the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
So if you guys have any questions about wedding planning and like what we've been doing during the pandemic, because it's been a little bit interesting.
Yeah.
You can leave comments down below and then we can make like a video about our experience wedding planning and
mm-hmm.
all that stuff. Maybe like moved since then and
yeah, we've moved into a much better apartment. That's why the scenery behind us. You haven't filmed anything really in this apartment.
no, I don't think I filmed anything.
Nope, so we have new little scenery going on here, which is nice, and we get to be in a much more comfortable environment where we can plan and not be as stressed out or anything like that. And
we're also getting married in a different state, so without being able to leave the house and travel, we kind of had to plan everything online and
little intermittent trips back to Idaho.
only like one because everything's been shut down. We have
Yeah.
another one in like 2 weeks. We're going there, but yeah, I guess if you have any questions about that process, we can do another video. So just leave comments down below.
Down.
But I think that's it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Peace.